A question came up in class this week. What is the difference between all of the types of analysis, like parametric, non-parametric, component, comparative, functional, and the different types of experimental designs? Reversal, multiple baseline, multi-element, changing criterion, and so on. And it made me think that this needs some clarification. The different types of analysis represent the different experimental questions that an experimenter aims to answer, and specific experimental designs are how we answer these questions. For example, in a parametric analysis, the experimental question is what value of the IV will be most effective. In a non-parametric analysis, we ask how is behavior different in treatment versus non-treatment conditions. In a component analysis, we ask which parts or combinations of treatments in a treatment package are effective or not. In a comparative analysis, we ask which independent treatment is most effective. And in a functional analysis, we ask what is the function of the behavior. So the type of analysis depends on the question of interest, and how we get the answer is through experimentation, and that's the actual experiment, and that's when we whip out the experimental designs. We choose the design variation that best fits and is best for answering the specific question. For example, in a comparative analysis, you're comparing two different treatments, so you need an experimental design that can test more than one IV. So for a comparative analysis, you could use a multi-element treatment design or a multiple treatment reversal design. But how do you choose? Well, there are things to consider. Is the behavior a skill? If so, you have to consider irreversibility, which means the multiple treatment reversal design is not the best option. And this is just an example of the many considerations when choosing which design to use. One more example. If you need to conduct a non-parametric analysis, a regular old ABA reversal will be great for that because it looks at the difference in treatment versus non-treatment levels. Here's a question for you. What experimental design is best for identifying the function of a behavior for a functional analysis? Pause the video if you need to think about it for a moment. If you answered multi-element design, give yourself a high five. And now, on your own time, take a moment to identify the best experimental designs for all of the analysis variations.